Hello again, beer fans. We're continuing our trip down south of the border to Mexico with our Mexican beer cavalcade. Today we're here with Tecate, I believe. Could be wrong. I kind of like the label. It's a very communist label. I'm not a communist, but you know, it's interesting to see them kind of get a style. It's either communist or fascist. I think the red makes me think communist. The eagle certainly makes you think fascism, and so it's kind of a mix. The lettering seems communist to me, and so it's kind of a mix there. And I'm not saying that the beer makers are communist or fascist. I would assume they're not communist. Well, it's always interesting how many businesses there are businesses that like really market communism, which like if would basically make you give up your business or shoot you, usually. At least give up your property if you were the kind of people that have business. And so there you go. You see our traditional goat. Again, this is by the same makers as Dos Equis and Sol, which we've already reviewed. A little pungent there, as far as quite a lot more going on there than I was expecting. Not all good. So let's try that again and see what we can get out of it. Initial taste, there's nothing. And then pretty bitter. But not a flavorful bitter. I mean, obviously this is not a hoppy beer, but there's something harsh there. Kind of a stale note there. Little, maybe grapefruit. Overall, flavorful, but a harsh flavor for an adjunct. I mean, this is not obviously not when I say flavorful. This is relative to the genre, but it's fairly harsh in a lot of ways, and so you get the sense that there's some stuff toned. Now there's. It's interesting, that swallow wasn't that bad, kind of lemony and beery. As my taste buds adapt to it, I'm enjoying it more. Initially, wasn't very positive on it, but on second... on future drinking, I'm getting where I think some of the harshness is getting tuned out by my tongue, and I'm just getting some solid beer flavor. Where this is clearly better than Sol. This wouldn't be terrible for $6. I don't like it as much as Dos Equis. But it's not horrible. You can do worse. Might not be a bad session beer, because again, it's kind of growing on me as I drink it. It hasn't gotten to the point that I really like it, but I'm more tolerant of it right now than I was initially, where my main thing was, man, that's kind of got some off notes there. That's some bad stuff going on there. And then as I've continue to drink it, I've kind of been like, there's some flavor there. Not half bad. So, again, if you're at a Mexican place, not a bad option if you don't want to get a margarita. Again, not as good as Dos Equis, but not a bad option. I would not, again, pay a markup for it. I would not pay $7.99 or whatever for it. I think that's too high. It's a reasonable choice at $6, although, again, I still think there are better beers at $6. Regardless, that's all I got. See ya.